We're not talking on the internet.
Oh,
Now we're talking on the internet. We are now on the internet. Do you see the little live thing?
Yeah, I see it. I got confused because I saw Wonko's comment, so I was like, oh, we're live. But okay, but now we are.
Yeah, when you schedule it beforehand, people can leave comments before. So Wonka's just over here laughing at bunny ears.
Yes.
So hello. So we'll give it a second. People will come in. Yes. Hopefully. I don't know.
I know. I mean, well, it's been an exciting week, so we really need.
It's been crazy.
BookTube is shaking.
BookTube is shaking, and it feels really weird that like I don't think I've ever been on the forefront of gossip in my entire life.
I know. I feel like I've seen it like little trickles here and there, and like we've seen this from day one.
Yes, it's been on the radar.
Yeah, we actually are investigative journalists.
I know. Barbara Walters is quaking in her grave. So people are coming on. I'm Alyssa. I'm at Nerdy Nurseries. This is Kieran.
Yes, from Karen Rader.
And we should be streaming these both live to both of our channels. So hi to everybody's followers. And please go ahead and like cross-like and comment and do YouTube-y things so this gets pushed out, because there's some stuff brewing with our boy, Jackie. Jack.
Yeah. Who's now slow living in New York, guys.
You can't slow live in New York City. You've lived in Manhattan. I've lived in Manhattan. You don't slow live in Manhattan. It's impossible.
You don't.
I don't even know what that means in that context.
I mean, like, especially if you plan on going, in your bunny-eared costume to special parties. Like, I don't know what kind of slow living that is.
That is my favorite picture I think any creator has ever put out on the internet of themselves, ever. Like, ever.
It seems like it was so earnest. Like, he was really there.
He's proud of that one. He's proud. Definitely proud of that. So I guess we need to give a real recap of everything that's been going on. And kind of talk about the fallout. Well, not really a fallout. I'm actually shocked that there's it's sort of, it's weird. Anyway, do you want to start?
Well, like, where do we, okay, I know where we began. Because I actually saw this first. I remember I was on YouTube and I saw initially Jack had posted a video, and his video was announcing, I believe this was on his second channel. He was announcing his membership.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing something new, guys, a membership. And because I'm like bookish and pun inclined, they'll be like a hardback version and the paperback version, and then something else I forgot. And the hardback version was £20 or something like that.
Yeah, it was a lot of money.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
And I mean, I don't really remember what you would get in these memberships.
There were the overall thing that I remembered is a lot of it was like personal stuff. So you had personal interaction with him. It wasn't just, there's all different kinds of memberships that people have where it's like you get early stuff, or like you can have the Discord and it's not so interactive. And he promised like interactive things with people for their money, and it didn't quite go that way at all, which is not a good look, Jack. It's not a good look.
Well, it's okay. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
But wait, there's more. But wait, there's more.
Yeah. So that started with his like initial, $20 membership, and then the video had only been up for like maybe 4 hours or so, and then he takes it down because he was getting a lot of comments, I believe, that were like, Jack, in this economy, la vida broca, like, we can't do this. We can't do $20. And so he was like, I hear you guys. He came back a couple days later and he lowered the prices so that I think the most expensive one is like $4 to $5.
I feel like it was like $6.99, but it was under 10. It was under £10, definitely, for sure. Like more than half the price of the top tier.
Which, I mean, you have to, like, good for him. He lowered the prices.
And honestly, like, I understand actually setting good, uh, I understand setting high enough pricing for the average creator to make sure that it's at least good for you, because you're
Mhm.
making, what it's like. You create content. We don't get anything back for the hours and hours of time we get
We
into it.
don't, Jack
This
might.
is different. Jack has a million subs and all kinds of other stuff, but the average person. So I get it, like, why some people price things maybe a little bit higher, because
Yeah.
people deserve to get paid for their time. However, he has the ability to have many people come in, so he doesn't necessarily need to have like 20 some odd pounds worth of,
Yeah.
that doesn't need to be the tier. And we have our prices. I knew
Yeah.
there was a $6.99 in there somewhere. I'm American.
I
But
mean,
he did respond really quickly to that, so I thought that looked good.
yeah.
That was a good
I mean,
look.
obviously there's a bit of a disconnect in the first place to price things at that high of a level because, YouTube does tell you the demographic of your subscribers.
Yes.
So I'm gonna Hi, Karen.
I need like a sign behind me, those fluorescent signs. Just,
Black.
just turn it on when Plek unites.
Where were we? Yeah, so obviously like there's that disconnect because that original price, he probably has access. He has access to his analytics, which show him how old, most of his subs are. And I'm gonna guess most of them are in that like less than 18, I'm gonna say. Age demographic.
Based on the people that ended up being in the Discord, it seems like he has his demographic definitely skews young. That's for sure. And I feel like when you're a big creator with a young audience, you really do have the responsibility of not intentionally or unintentionally ripping off your audience.
You're very young,
You're a
impressionable
very young audience. And
audience.
so anyway, so he does eventually get this. People sign up. And I guess for about a month or so, this was what, December? So for about a month or so, it seemed like some things were being delivered on
Yeah, like I think he was in
to
the
some
Discord.
extent. But I don't
Yeah.
know if anything was ever fully delivered on. Like there was ever a month where he did all the things.
Yeah, well, I mean, we were bad journalists. We didn't come prepared with like, a list of everything he had promised, but there were a lot of things that he was going to do in this Discord. There was going to be daily questions that he was going to ask to spark conversation and commenting on the comments on his YouTube videos from the people who were in the Discord. Like there was a lot of promises that were made.
Yeah.
And of what was delivered, I think a lot of the people in the Discord were very unhappy. So
They were
unhappy.
very unhappy. He did nothing.
Yeah.
There was a lot of excuse giving, I believe, about technical difficulties or this, that, and the other. I was skiing. I had no internet or whatever the various excuses were. Oh God, not feeding works.
I mean, Kieran, it is hard work. Someone's got to do it. And if it has to be Jack,
I mean, I think Adam proved that you don't actually have to read a book.
that is true.
So, but
I mean, anyone who's gone to school knows that, right? Like,
yeah, I did it a lot. I was a science major and I did not read most of my English lit books because at some point they were boring.
yeah, it's just the way it goes when it comes to reading. So, as much as we love reading,
yeah,
sometimes it is boring.
Oh, thanks, Emma. We're everywhere.
Love that.
But I guess people did start to get pretty agitated in the Discord. There was a splinter group that broke off and started their own group, which was a tremendously better planned and organized Discord with mods and bots and organization and interaction
And rules.
and rules. And people really, it's much better. They should just live over there, honestly, and have their own little group of people. I hope that they are. But they did take a complaint to Jack. I'm going to see if I can find it. I do have a couple things. I do. Hold on. I have things. We're not that bad of journalists. I do have some things.
Good.
uh, but yeah, no, they did these poor kids. And I think of them as kids because I think they are like on the younger side, but they did go and try to take care of this more privately. I mean, this is the beginning of February, asking
And
Jack.
guys, we can't tell you how we got these screenshots, and it's very confidential. We need to protect our sources.
We have the worst journalists.
Unless we get some of Peanut or whatever.
So yeah, so they're these poor kids they have gone to Jack. You can see on screen. I'm not going to read the whole thing. They did
Mhm.
attempt to reach out to him privately. So there were private attempts to do this. I can't make this any bigger. Every time I make it bigger, it gets smaller.
Really small.
That is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. If I make it smaller, does it get bigger? No. Okay. But I feel bad because like I feel like sometimes in these things you want people to have just dealt with it privately, but they really didn't. And I mean, they really did, but they didn't get anywhere with it. He gave them apologies, and eventually you're just left to try to get help in the public space. And thankfully, someone put it out on Reddit. And once you go to Reddit, it's gonna spread.
Yeah.
Maybe he's slow responding to this.
I mean, sometimes, yeah, it's true. The Discord gets away from you. Sometimes you step away and there's 500 messages.
If you have an active Discord yet.
Yeah.
Oh, his Laura Ingalls fantasy in Scotland. Oh, I am sorry. I think my biggest thing with it is like I feel really badly that people, because he had a lot of trust from his fan base, and they care about him. If you look under the comments that remain on his video posted today, because someone has been removing comments that are negative, but there's so much goodwill,
Hmm.
so much like just standing of him, and which is fine, but to disabuse that is not fine. And I feel bad for everybody who lost
Yeah.
money, and I'm hoping that everybody who is upset and would like their money back knows that they can go to YouTube and file for a refund, at least for 1 month. I don't know if you can get more, but to at least get your money back.
Yeah. I think that's it's actually to his subscribers' benefit that he did it through YouTube because
Mhm.
they can complain to YouTube and get a refund. Whereas I think like I don't know if you have like a Patreon, like I don't think you can really complain to Patreon. Like I don't know if they really care about that, but I feel like YouTube, from what we've heard anecdotally, from our research, does appear to be giving refunds.
Yeah, they're definitely issuing refunds to people that are asking for it. So I really hope that people are going and asking for those, because I think it's really important to do that. Um, Also, it sends a message, right?
Mhm.
Good. I'm glad that you got rid of your membership, because I feel like I don't I like to think that everybody's kind of good to some extent. I don't think that it's intentional. I think this is somebody who's actually quite young and unaware of either what they signed up for or the fact that taking money for a service and not giving it is actually bad, like
Mhm.
really bad.
Yeah.
Um, oh, some people have been refunded for multiple months,
Oh,
so I
nice.
mean that's really good to know. Um, but what I found really interesting, obviously, I put out the Reddit post on my channel yesterday, just to get it some more traction and whatever my tiny little channel can do. Myself. And the thing that I was so terrified that I was going to get all these really angry people. And what's
Mhm.
been remarkable is how many people, it almost feels like once someone opened that lid, the amount of people that have come out and been like, actually, I've been thinking this for a long time, or actually, I've been hearing this for a long time, or actually this, that, or the other thing. And it's like, suddenly there's all this discourse around all the things that I guess everybody's been saying in the shadows and not out loud on the
Mhm.
internet. So I don't know. Hopefully something good comes from that. And it's not just us all being sassy little tea mongers, but but that's also fun
I
too.
do think that there is something really interesting. Jack has 1 million subscribers, and as someone in like the bookish space, to have 1 million people who are interested in listening to your thoughts on books is like quite commendable. It's really amazing. And I think that the Discord membership situation can be a
Sorry, I had to do
um,
His picture gives me life. Anyway, but his picture gives me so much life. I love it.
it's like we're like he's like thinking about us.
Sorry,
But
I distracted you with
yeah, I was just gonna say it's like obviously like this Discord thing. It can be it most likely I think was a mistake on Jack's part of his just lack of awareness on what it takes to run the Discord and to deliver on your promises, to be accountable, like as a public figure, as a businessman, as someone who kind of is like probably has a media like empire of its own, like in a little bit, doing sponsorships with Valentino and Squarespace and all this stuff and the businesses he has run. Like this is a really big learning opportunity, and it seems like he took a tumble.
yeah.
And people are commenting on it. I do wonder, it's like, let's say of 1 million, he probably had about like 3,000 people in that Discord. Like, is that enough for him to give an apology video? Like, will we be able to like make a wave or, you know, like get him to say sorry? Like, I wonder, because I do think there's a possibility it could just
I don't know. I'm curious to see what his next step is, because I think that I've seen comments on the video he posted today that were like, "Oh, way to respond to stuff." But I'm not mad that he put that out. The optics of it looks bad, but I have a feeling that was something that was planned, beforehand. When you do deals and things, you have things scheduled. So I don't think he might not have even, he could have been like, I don't know, out to brunch when it posted, he doesn't need to have even been around. So that's just poor optics, really. So that
Yeah.
is, I don't think that's actual decision making that was going on. But he had, like, there's no response. There's nothing. But the only response I have seen is comments just disappearing. Like, I'll see a negative comment, not all of them, but some of them, and then they'll disappear. So I don't know if there's
But
something.
that's also like not a good look at the same
It's
time.
very much not a good look. That's the worst thing you can do. Obviously, if people are vile, you get rid of stuff. But you have to be like very, very vile. And I feel like a lot of really good YouTubers will warn people, be like, if you keep going, this is going to get deleted, kind of thing. Because a lot of things go against community guidelines. Once you get into that area, things have to kind of be addressed. But people asking you to respond to allegations of you scamming your members, your subs, that's not, don't delete that. That looks like you meant to.
That looks like you actually are scamming people.
I know. Let's see what it's been saying. I don't think Jack is like really horrible. I don't think he's really
Yeah,
horrible. I just think he's completely unaware of.
he's a fun-loving guy. He likes to play dress up and talk about books and puns and
Yeah,
great.
I just think he understands the follow through on things.
Yeah.
But he should 100% apologize. And he should either get someone to manage that Discord and everything, or he should be just closing the membership altogether. I think
Someone did notice that the membership link is out of his bio now.
yes, but I think the membership still exists.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't look like it's fully dismantled. But I wonder, is it out of his bio, or is it was out of the description for this video?
I think it's the description for the video. I'd have to go.
Maybe he had to take it out because that's an ad. So I don't know if maybe that had to come out for that, but maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what that contract looked like. But this, I didn't realize that the $199 tier got like nothing. They weren't even in the Discord.
They got that like ability to use an emoji on the comments, right? Like something like
Something
that.
like that. That's terrible. That's terrible.
Yeah.
So these people, I mean, like $2 isn't like a ton of money, but that's still like, when you have young people.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, Wonks was saying up above somewhere, Katie, that some people were getting multiple months of refund. So I don't know if it's how you word things to YouTube or what. So if anybody has gotten multiple months in the comments, if they want to share that for other people, that would probably be helpful. So You got to change that. You got to change that.
Yeah.
Oh, what did he do? Gia wants to know. So basically, he set up a membership and didn't fulfill on his
Promises.
his promises to his members. But when it was brought up by members privately multiple times, it was sort of, he gave an apology, but nothing ever changed. And now it's kind of come out of private and into public as of yesterday. And now people are talking about it.
And this is like about 3 months of.
This has been going on for a little while.
Yeah.
What's Katie say? You can't. He clearly would have seen this.
These things don't happen overnight. All of this could have been avoided by a single check-in.
Yeah. So I think the biggest problem is that the promises that were made really weren't thought through. So if you're promising very specific interactions of your time, you have to have time set aside to do those interactions. Or honestly, this is all virtual and online outside of these live Q&As that he had promised people, that I don't know if any of the live Q&As actually occurred. I do not believe so, but don't quote me. But if you're going to promise your time, you need to set aside that time, or you need to hire somebody to manage a bunch of stuff. There's 1,000 places you can get a virtual assistant, and they will answer your comments. They will make your daily prompts. They will respond to things, and they can be Jack. Plenty of people do this. PewDiePie is sitting at home answering people. Like, it's not happening.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like, there seems like as outsiders, it's obviously a lot easier for us to like look at potential solves. Yeah, we have no live Q&As. But I do think that had he and his management maybe considered this from different angles, like maybe they didn't think this through properly. Maybe they were living too fast paced. It wasn't able to happen. And so they didn't think about, hey, like, why don't we get a virtual assistant or a community manager for the Discord? Like, if we're, say, making $3K a month from the membership, we pay this person like $1,000 and they manage it.
But
and
surely if you had a really well managed, active Discord, you could be generating even more money with the memberships, because people would want to join. You'd be like, hey, do you like this membership? Yeah, I love this membership. Or the people who dip in for a month will stay for more months because they're having a good time.
Yeah. Like, I mean, the Plex Discord is the only Discord I've like stayed in for a long amount of time, and I'm always talking about it. And I feel like you are as well. Like, it just always comes up in your videos because we enjoy that community so much in our conversations, and the thought-provoking conversations that we have about literature and life
and stupid things. Yeah, it's but that's a good online community. You actually build a community where people talk and share. Maybe they start on a topic that they have in common, but you end up building other pieces of a relationship with people, and then you're sharing your pets and what food you like and how tall you are and all those things, and you end up having a really good community. But that takes, sometimes I feel like that's a little bit of a luck thing about the different kinds of people you get in your community, but there is also just a commitment from the Discord creator to manage the Discord and engage with people so that there's a reason that they're there. And if you don't do that, then why would you stick around? What value are you getting for your money or just your time, even if you're not paying for the Discord? Like, why am I spending my time here? I'm not going to. I'm going to go somewhere else.
But I think it's also like, not all, like, sometimes I feel as if influencers and creators tend to hop on to trends or movements, and it's like, you don't need to do every single thing. Like, like, I'm probably never going to create a Discord because I just don't think it's a good fit for me.
Yeah.
Maybe like Jack didn't need this Discord. Maybe if he was looking to expand his business in whatever capacity, maybe there was something different he could have done. Maybe he could have had like meetups. He likes to travel a lot. And I'm sure his audience is quite global. He could have done meetups instead and fostered a community through that.
You know what I see a lot of, actually, and I think Reads with Cindy is just doing one of these travel things. The amount of people that are doing tours, they're going to like Japan for 2 weeks. Come to Japan with me. Why doesn't, like, that sounds like a much more like Jack thing to do than to set up a Discord. And then just do that. Like, I don't understand. You're traveling all over the place, slow living anyway, so why not have people pay to join you? Unless
Yeah,
you
like,
don't actually want to spend time with your fans, and then that's a whole different conversation. And
yeah.
don't do any of this and hire somebody to interact with them virtually
Mhm.
because you can do that. She has to have made enough to pay even a minimal amount to just have somebody respond to things.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, even just liking the comment is the bare minimum, I feel like.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing is like it's just really poorly managed, the whole Discord thing. So
Mhm.
people don't get kicked out. Nobody's moderating anything. You cannot have like 300 people in a Discord and have zero mods. It just doesn't work.
Definitely. I think we've gotten a lot of really great comments.
Yes, you should find them because my mouse just died.
Oh, okay. How do I share them?
If you click on the comment, it should pop up. Does it work for you?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I have to do it. Let me plug my mouse in. Once it's charged, I can. My stupid little gaming mouse. Who would you like to see?
I really liked Owen's comment.
Who's Owens? Which
Owen's, yeah.
one?
Maybe you guys just don't understand. Or that one's also good.
It shouldn't be that much work to ask one question per day on a Discord. I mean, that's true. You can literally
Well,
set that up. I'm sure there's a bot that will do that for
what
you.
I was thinking about was like, okay, if I was in the situation and now like ChatGPT was like a huge thing like a month ago,
Yeah.
I would be like, okay, ChatGPT, please give me 365 questions about bookish things to spark conversation. Boom. There you go.
No,
You have a
and
list of
just
questions. Copy and paste.
here's Owen's other one. It's hard to find time to read and chat on a Discord while you're skiing. This one, Owen's slightly obsessed with skiing at this point.
Yeah, I think we should keep him hanging.
It's just Owen. What's funny is skiing came up last night in real life, and I just thought of Owen. Anyway, but yeah, there's people that are literally
Mhm.
offering to do it for free because he has that many people that just really love him.
Mhm. And are invested or pardon or like interested in having a like-minded community that are interested in bookish
Mhm.
things.
Yeah, I mean, he has to have if he can't do it himself, like I have a tiny Discord. It is I am drowning, but it's not a
I didn't
big
know you had a Discord.
huh?
I didn't know you had a Discord.
I have a very tiny Discord, and but like it's not a bit like it's it's a lot. Like I don't understand Discord, which is why I don't blast it out there because I don't think that it's like it's ready for, even like
Public
20 people to be
consumption.
on it. Like that's a lot. But it takes actual work to learn how to set one up and manage one appropriately and all of those things. And when you have resources, which I assume a bigger content creator would have, why are you not utilizing them? That's like my biggest question with all of this. And so I just don't think that he is intentionally like bad or anything like that. It's just why are you not using the resources that are at your fingertips to prevent you from being in like a mess that doesn't need to exist?
Yeah, I agree.
What did he say? Oh, and you were addressing how tough the slow living grind really is. Uh, there's nothing left to mod. I have heard that it is crickets
Yeah.
over
I'm
there.
like imagining like the tumbleweeds, like
But I just wonder what the intention is. Is the intention just to kind of like ignore it
I
and
kind
it
of
goes away?
feel like that's what's gonna happen just because I mean it
But
depends.
he
Unless things
don't want
really
to be sued. That's why we assume he's not a bad person.
Hmm, that's interesting. There's a thought.
Mm. Anyway, sorry. What do you think he's gonna do? What's happening?
I mean, I think that the best move would be to put up an apology video, regardless of how sincere it may or may not be. But I do think, as you were talking earlier, like from the optics perspective, like that's a really good move to admit that you made a mistake. You're sorry about that. You took on too much. You're trying to manage slow living. You can't really facilitate a Discord while living slow.
Yeah.
Totally understandable.
Yeah.
I
It's
think
hard.
that's the
I
way to
get
do
it.
it.
Sometimes you're skiing. It's hard. Um,
But I just don't think that I almost feel like, I mean, if you were in Jack's shoes and you feel like maybe with time this would blow over and you don't have to make an apology video, like that's also something that can happen. Like maybe he's just like, I'm gonna ignore it and
mhm.
hope it goes away.
I mean, this is true. You have to, if you're not going to do it, you have to remove the button. And honestly, he should like everyone should be refunded.
Hmm.
Like this didn't work, and like that's fine. It is fine for you to actually come out and say I screwed up
Yeah.
and do something. Not just say I screwed up. Like then you have to do a thing.
Hmm.
Give people their money back. I don't know what, but you have to actually give something back to these people. But I don't know, there's so many people like simping under his video that doesn't even register.
Yeah.
I don't understand slow living at all. I feel like slow
Well,
living is like Marie Antoinette and her little like milkmaid phase. It feels very, rich people playing poor,
yeah.
but
Well, I just think it's kind of
my opinion. What can anyone do with them? I mean, yeah, I'm curious to see what comes next. There has
Mhm.
to be a next of some sort. Has he even lost followers? Has anybody even noticed? He has so many, it's probably hard to notice unless like a giant chunk comes out.
Oh, what's that website? Social
Social-
Blade? Yeah.
Has he lost anybody? But he also gets so many. I think the reason why so many people haven't said anything and why it was kind of shocking to find out that so many people have been thinking, other than Steve apparently shouting about him for I don't know how long. Um, he kind of feels like he's like too big to take on. Like even if you say anything, does it matter?
Hmm. I don't, it's hard to tell. I don't think you can really tell on Social Blade that he's lost anyone. It's very consistent, a 1.2 million.
Yeah. So I don't even know if it's even registering to him. But yeah, I mean, he's right. Katie's right. He gets a lot of brand deals, even if he's getting paid on like the lower scale of brand deals. He does so many brand deals.
Hmm. Well,
Yes.
almost every video is sponsored.
That's why I think he's a corporate shill. Like I'm convinced that perhaps the channel started. This is my theory, my conspiracy theory. It's all my opinion. Don't come at me. That he started as like a genuine thing, like as
Mhm.
this study tuber thing, and when it gained traction, and he had this really like good following that really trusted him, somebody came in and like made him a corporate shill, and so now like everything is really the reason everything is an ad is because it is like he really is just making content to fulfill like corporate obligations. And like, is he even reading the books? I don't know. Does he come up with the content? I don't think so. Like, I really think all of it is sort of fed to him. Like he's a little plant.
Mm.
That's my theory. That's my conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I
And
think there's a possibility there. But I also think another avenue is that like once you if you commit yourself to fitting a certain persona and gain a lot of success with that and you're seeing that your channel is growing, that's a very good point. You kind of like Jack has built a persona for himself and he's still fairly young as you're growing and evolving. How do you authentically be yourself on the internet while still trying to keep a million people happy with who you've been for the last couple of years? Like, that's a very hard thing for any person to really manage. I'm sure that he probably feels like he has to act just a little bit in his videos to keep up appearances.
yeah, I mean, I do wonder about this, like Ada's comment about how she would feel terrible. I would feel awful if someone came out tomorrow and was like, oh my God, Alyssa did this to me or whatever. I would feel awful. I mean, you can come in my comments and troll me and be a bitch. I don't care. But like if you were genuinely like, I'm genuinely hurt by this person, I would feel terrible. And I wonder how much is that persona. So we don't even know if he feels terrible. Like, does he not feel terrible because he's sitting on a lot of cash? is he not allowed to feel terrible on the camera because he has this whole persona? Like, who is Jack? Is
No
Jack even
one is.
Jack? Is Jack actually somebody else entirely? And none of us will know that.
I think I would feel a lot of embarrassment. Oh, thank
We
you.
love Karen's channel. Karen reads the weirdest books and I love it. You're like, I read this totally normal book, and then here's this random nonfiction book about whales in 18th century Turkey. And you're like, okay.
I feel like my book taste is so like eclectic. Like it's just
Yeah.
all over the place.
Oh, God. We pulled out the young Tory. Okay.
Can Tories slow live?
They can if they're rich and playing it poor. Once you've created a persona, how do you become authentic? You really don't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. And also, I mean, if he is a career YouTuber, any career YouTuber has to grow and evolve their channel and find the things that are to get them more views and keep it going, right? So does he even want to be doing this anymore?
I mean, maybe that's part of the Valentino sponsorship. Maybe he's hoping to foray himself into fashion.
Whereas Jesus can't hear you, so he won't come upstairs and say he's been personally victimized. But yeah, I mean, I get it. It would be very hard to have a long-term career as a content creator and do the same thing for, say,
Mm-hmm.
years. The algorithm changes, the platform changes, what people watch changes. I mean, just think about how much BeautyTube has changed. Remember when that was everything? Remember the age of BeautyTubers just crying and apologizing for things? I want a crying BeautyTuber apology. That's what I want.
I know. Those were almost the golden days.
Those were good days. Like Tati Westbrook just bawling. That was so good.
I mean, this does segue into one of the books that I read, nonfiction weird books that I read, which was Like, Comment, Subscribe by, I think his name is Mark Bergen.
Mhm.
But YouTube has been around for so long. It's been around 20 years at least, which is in the span of like a social media platform is quite a large amount of time. And the evolution that we've seen in trends and the kind of creators who have previously done well and now aren't, or like had their moment, it's just something for creators, whatever, like however large their channel is, however big their subscribers are. Yeah, we are talking about Edward, but
Yes.
a little segue. I do think like that book, Like, Comment, Subscribe, is a really good one for people to read if they're interested in YouTube, its history, the different like trends, and to see how YouTube isn't always the best at mitigating and sometimes helping their subscribers.
YouTube has been around for a really long time, but I really want to read that video you have. I feel like I always send you random things where I'm like, is this what's happening? Because, nobody understands the algorithm, I think, fully.
Mhm.
We'll
YouTube doesn't. Like,
bant about like, well, what if, like, how do we get big? Do we do? And it's all jokes and stuff, but if you've actually made it, there's like an element of luck. Like you got to be consistent. You got to be in a niche that gets views. You've got to have a little something that for some reason people want.
Something in your personality that like,
and that's the kind of luck thing that you can't necessarily create, or you have to be an industry plant.
Which we are both totally offering to be industry plants.
I
Come
will be your plant. I will read all of your cozy fantasies.
I'll read anything.
I'm actually a tour plant. I just talk about books all day. I wish. Oh, God. I can't do all of the celebrity videos, but that was like a thing. And then that got like Carly really big because I remember they were both doing it at the same time. And she kind of came out of nowhere like 2 years ago and suddenly was huge, but she's actually also something else. So, not to bash another creator or something, but that one always felt like really weird. Is she managed, and is this sort of like a very polished, groomed transition into getting attention and eyes and all that other stuff to then create another career, on the other side of it all? And if it is, that's great. Whatever, that's fine as long as you're not stealing money from your fans. I mean, go for it. But there are those people. But then there's other people that are just genuinely they strike it big or whatever. They're good. They get a following for whatever reason. And that's a great, but you can't steal money from your fans. Like, whether it's intentional or not, you can't. Uh, well, somebody has to enjoy Colleen Hoover. Verity was fine.
I haven't read any, but I'm glad you were able to change your
profile pic. Yeah. I will say Verity. I've only read one Hoover, and it was. I mean, it passed the time. I don't think that's the review you want on your book, but it passed the time. Oh, I wonder if I can get an arc of Electa the Ninth. I got a finished copy of Nona, I think. No, I bought a finished copy of Nona. I got a finished copy of Harrow. Anyway, just to rub that in. How did he steal money? Well, stealing money is probably putting too fine of a point on it. Is it? I don't know.
It's debatable. It's up to you to decide whether or not you think it's stealing. But the long and short of it is that about 3 months ago, Jack started a membership opportunity, which had one iteration that didn't really work. And then he tried the second iteration where you were charged $5.99 a month in pounds at the max limit, and you would have access to a Discord. And in this Discord, Jack would be facilitating conversation by asking daily questions, live Q&As, something to do with a wish list. And very quickly, the people in the Discord realized those promises weren't being met. They brought it to his attention with like a very sweet and like nice note. I've had people complain to me and like, they don't talk like that. Like, these people were really nice, and they wanted to just see some changes happen. I think he gave some sort of apology, but wasn't able to change his actions or actually do the things that he promised. So there's been some
technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties, of course, yes. I really need to stop with the slow living jokes, because I just want to add that in every 5 minutes, because I mean, how can you be slow living but also connected to the internet 24/7?
It's very fair, very weird. This was his response. It's hi, I hear you 100%, and I'm so sincerely sorry to have let you down with this. My YouTube channel got a spam warning, and I have been trying to get to the bottom of why. And it turns out it's because I got everyone to comment Amazon wish lists, so all the links flagged my channel as spam. We've heard that that's BS. My YouTube partner manager just got to the bottom of it, so the rest of your comments.
Also, how lucky is he? He has a YouTube partners management. YouTube cares about what's happening on his channel.
So so he has to know that they're all getting refunds, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they got to the bottom of it. The rest of your comments should start appearing in the community post now, meaning I can complete the giveaways. As for the Q&A, I will film an extra long video and get it up for you as soon as I can. I'm heading to Dublin. In terms of your membership, if you don't want to pay for another month, I'd recommend canceling the subscription, at least temporarily, but staying in the Discord chat. Yeah, I'll still post Q&A videos, etc. in this chat, so you'll still be able to access it, even if you stop being a member. Weird. I'll follow up with more information once I've worked everything out, but I want to rectify this as best I can. Thank you. And that's really it. That's, I believe, the most direct response anybody has gotten about it.
Yeah.
Right? To my knowledge, people that were there. But
we got a lot of comments, sorry.
Yeah, we'll go through them in a second. It's just very weird, because I don't know if this extra long video ever came up. It just felt really, I don't know. It feels like even the apology he didn't follow through on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what do we have? Technical difficulties happen, just give the money back. Exactly. I mean, I did like that he was at least just cancel your membership, but he was honest about that. Just, leave. But it also feels like he doesn't care. Mm-hmm. Now, in hindsight, it's does he even care if you're a member? I don't think he does.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the technical difficulty is. What that your account got spammed? I don't think you can get spammed.
Yeah.
He just forgot his password to his Discord account. I was I forgot the password to my Discord account, and I now have 2. They gave your money back good, but only for 1 month because I only reported it and only because I reported it to YouTube. Yes, Lucas, I am glad you got your money back. I'm sorry it was
Mhm.
just 1 month, but hopefully, I don't know, maybe there'll be more that comes from this and people will get fully refunded. That would be the ideal resolution from my end, is that everybody at least gets all their money back and we can kind of put a pin in it and just move on. But I don't think he completed the giveaway. Oh, that
Mm.
was sad. Like, you couldn't even like, you can send
What
someone
was the giveaway? The giveaway was just he would send someone
a
a
book
book.
from their Amazon link.
Oh, that's actually really nice. See, I thought it was that he would read a book from people's Amazon's wish list.
That's not a giveaway.
I didn't think there was a giveaway. I just knew there was a wish list, and I was like, okay, so he's gonna read his subscribers like wish list. That's
That's like getting a book from my shelves with a handwritten note. That's not a giveaway. He knew he'd be busy. He knew he was going to travel when he launched it. He shouldn't have done it all. I mean, we covered this a little earlier. Like he made promises that were very commitment heavy, like personal commitment heavy. He could have made different promises. He could have managed it all better, and it didn't happen. Oh, the video never happened. So there's just like a lot of things being promised and then things not being happening. I know in my video I talked about Brittany Dawn, and I don't know how much like gossip on YouTube you follow, but do you remember Brittany Dawn Fitness?
I don't really. I didn't watch a lot of fitness people.
So she, like a couple years ago, she was a big fitness YouTuber, and now she's like a Jesus YouTuber or whatever. And she was selling customized plans that eventually people figured out weren't customized, and she sold quite a lot of them.
Mhm.
And it's taken a while, and obviously the YouTube commentary people have been all over it. But after a couple years, the fallout is now she's in court in Texas
Oh wow.
for fraud, and it's like upwards of $1 million. So her like fines. So there is like, not that I'm saying that Jack's gonna get
Yeah.
sued, but promising people things for their money and not giving it is actually like, it's bad. It's
Yeah.
not like an oops, my bad, you pout, and then I don't know, make a pun and move on. Like, it's potentially really bad. And
Well, also like not even just okay, yes. To his subscribers, it's very, very bad, but it's also from like a business perspective of potential like sponsorship deals in the future. Like I have worked in the social media space. Like sometimes influencers are brought to us and other people on the team will be like, well, actually, there was this controversy that happened with them, or there's this uncomfortable, sticky situation. Maybe we shouldn't work with them. Like this does have the potential to affect his earnings in the future. Maybe, who knows, if people are aware of this, like other brands might not want to work with him, maybe.
yeah, and that's kind of been a theme that's been running through the comments on yesterday's video, is just that he's always kind of been somebody that's never been problematic. So it's almost extra shocking that there is this issue that's occurred. Now, is anybody ever going to be an absolutely perfect creator without any ever upsetting anybody? Probably not. But when the really unproblematic people have an issue, I feel like they're even worse than if it was just somebody who's kind of always running their mouths. Like there's so many like big man creators that like scream on the internet and say just really ridiculous things, and people get mad at them, but it takes like a lot to get people to get mad at them to the point where they're like not subscribing, they're
Mhm.
losing subscriberships, they lose their platform or whatever. But sometimes those ones like that have no issues, as soon as they have one, it's like that's it. I'm not saying that's going to happen to Jack, but it's, I don't think Jack's going anywhere. Like, we're not taking out Jack. And I don't want to take out Jack. I want these people to get their money. That's really what I want. I want nobody else to get money taken. And I want Jack to refund the money to everybody. But I mean, to this, to their point here, if he genuinely wanted to interact with his community, he could have just created a Discord for free. You don't have to pay anybody for your Discord.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I follow Carrie Cakes. Her booktube is Carrie Can Read. She started a
Mhm.
Discord and I joined it. It's completely free. It's very well organized. I
Mhm.
haven't been very active on it, but it does seem like she's really invested in it. Like there's a list of guidelines and different threads. Like it's very active and
Mhm.
completely free. And she's a creator who, if she wanted to, she could have charged people for it, but decided not to.
Yeah. I mean, it's real money at the end of the day. These are
Yeah.
people's money, and like people are struggling to get groceries or choosing between things, and people who have like jobs and should never have in on paper you're like, why are you so stressed out about money? Like 5 years ago you never would have been, but the way things are now, people are stressed. Like many of us are a couple, it's like how many emergencies are you away from not being able to pay your bills? That's really
Yeah.
what it is. And like you might be four, but like I might be two, and we're all stressed at different levels, right? You
Mhm.
cannot just be taking people's money, and these people are young. I don't know if I still have the comment somewhere, but I remember somebody had sent me a comment where somebody had said, I guess in the Splinter group Discord, that they had saved up money to do this, or
Oh,
they were like allocating their like they were this was really special, right? And I feel
yeah.
bad for anybody like that. Like that is so sad that
Mhm.
you would care about have this parasocial caring about somebody and
Well,
you would
because
want
for
to
some
support them.
people, Jack is kind of a celebrity. Like
Yeah.
that's what it is. There's a bit of hero worship there, and it's quite tender and endearing that someone would be saving money. Oh,
Like just now, like while we're doing this, because that would be the best tea. Did this just happen?
wow.
I
Don't
would
play with us, Lucas.
Lucas.
Yeah.
Hopefully someone accidentally. I mean, we are investigative journalists. We will
Yeah.
we
We'll get
will
to
get
the bottom of
to the
this.
bottom of it all. Yeah. I mean, I think the hardest thing is I feel bad for people who
Yeah.
are actually genuinely disappointed in
Yeah.
what has gone on. Yeah.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like, don't meet your heroes. Don't join your
Oh,
heroes Discord.
well, we're gonna take that one down. I'm not gonna allege any of that. So you guys can talk about that in the comments, but we won't put that up on the screen. I'm just clicking and not reading. Um, that's so freaking sad. Taking advantage of people's gross. Yeah, his yeah,
Well, from what I've seen, it seems
young.
like his subscribers, they're just so earnest and they're like you can tell on the comments when you watch his videos, like they're just so wow.
But is he
Steps.
refunding the money? That's my question. There's also a super long description under it. Did he put it on his channels? Or did he just unlist it and stick it?
Let me go to YouTube. Let's see.
He's tired of seeing his bunny ears everywhere.
He's like, I need you people to stop using this photo.
Stop putting my face up there. I don't think he must have it unlisted and just in there. It
Mhm.
must be a private Q&A. Which honestly, given the fact that this is no longer a private discussion, that's sort of a little upsetting to me. You know?
Where did he get the questions from? Were people in the Discord asking him these questions? Like, was it their
They must
questions?
have asked him at some point. What's interesting is right now, he still has a join button right now on his main channel. So this all has to be like happening.
Mhm.
Like as we speak. Oh, look at us. We're like right on the forefront. I feel
Cutting
like
edge journalism.
we're
CNN who?
Aw. Well, let's not make fun of like we can you wanna yeah, we won't do that here on the internet. That's just yeah. Oh, we put out these are old questions. Oh my god. Oh god. Okay. I need to read these before I put them on the screen.
Really long.
Some things we can be discussed in private. There are really long
Well,
things.
he's leaving his own Discord because everyone's abandoned it and started their own.
Is it like he's mad?
He's just like washing his hands of it. He's like, I'm done. You people can do this without me. It sure does.
Living comes at you fast. Purely to share his video links and content people are, but like
So if you had that link, you could share that link out.
So well, yeah, I mean, if you, well, what is the content people already paid for?
The Q&A.
That one thing?
I guess.
Huh. I'm very confused. So then why did it even do this? Why not just set up a free Discord and you can do that? Oh, he's not mad. He just realized his Discord is absolute crap.
Why does he have a reason to be mad? There's going to be another Q&A tomorrow.
So is he trying to do like 3 months of Q&As?
Back to back to back. I wonder, where did he film the Q&As? Did he film them at his home in London, when he went to Dublin, when he went to Scotland, now that he's in New York?
In a bathroom in a bar at a BDS scum? I don't know. Oh, now that I would watch. People paying $5.99 a month when they could just turn YouTube notifications on. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait, he's also working with Ink Outside the Box team to give people free digital what? Digital products? What does that even mean?
I don't know what Ink Outside the Box is.
I'm old. Hold on. He does have so many. He has so. Is this his daily planner thing? Oh, that's his daily planner.
Isn't that business closing also?
Yeah, that's his block.
He's like giving the excess product.
Wow, free digital. Oh, so he's doing. So instead of having a business, he's giving out free digital planner. Okay. All right. Okay. Whatever. Is this Steve? Toad, are you Steve? Oh, God. It just does seem like all of his videos are just sponsorships.
I think they are.
I remember, oh God, what's her name? Jaclyn Hill that's what ended up coming up with everything after a while. It's like she would only come out when she would make some sort of video when she had something to shill at some point. She would hit all of her contractual obligations, which I can't be mad at you for hitting your contractual obligations. Like, that's your job, right? It's your job. Do your job. It's like the bare minimum you can do. But then she would disappear forever. And then be like,
after a certain point, some like influencers, YouTube creators, like you do experience a kind of burnout, or you've changed and evolved such that you don't want to be making videos on YouTube anymore, but it does pay really well. So you post your videos.
Mm-hmm. It does. And the thing with the YouTube videos is if you're actually monetized and you have a decent following, you're getting residual income, like actual true residual income. It's like TanaCon all over again. I think I've spent too much time in YouTube drama. I really do like drama channels. I know too much about random people. There's an so like the multi-level marketing people. This is like my niche thing. People who sell like Avon and stuff like that. So there's a lady that's like nuts. I think I've sent it to you guys like privately. She like took a bunch of people to Colombia and like took them on like a alleged death march, like around for like 15 hours, but told them it was gonna be 2 hours, all this whole thing. So I've watched so much of this to the point that now, like yesterday, it was announced that she has stage 4 colon cancer, and now I'm sad, and I don't even know this person. It's such a roller coaster ride. I'm like watching this person for 2 years, commentary on them, and now they're like, actually, she has cancer, and I'm like,
oh no. Thank you, Charles. We're excited you're here.
We love having people here. I don't think anyone could ever be as horrendous as I mean, at least Janet didn't make anybody stand outside in the sun and get like sunburnt and stuff and not have water. And there's that. But I do think there's better uses of like the things that he likes to do in his time to have interaction with his fans if he actually genuinely wants that.
Well, I also think that if you really want genuine interactions, YouTube is a really great platform for that. You can comment to people who leave these incredibly kind, very sweet, generous. A lot of them give him YouTube ideas, like be like, "Oh wow, at 7329167, that's a really great idea. I'll think about that." There you go. Like you could spark that conversation on your comments. You don't need to make a Discord.
I mean, it is really hard. I mean, yesterday's video got more comments than I think I've ever gotten in my entire life. And I feel like all I've done for 24 hours is answer comments. But a lot of people are just very upset, and I want them to feel heard. And just even responding back with just a little thing makes people at least feel valid. And no, you can't answer everybody when you get really big, but most creators that are good at this, there's usually a time when the video goes live. I know plenty of creators where they'll premiere a video, and during that premiere, they are there answering comments, and then they'll disappear. And if you answer, you leave comments at any other time, maybe you're not getting a response, but at least you get
something.
Wait, is there an actual apology letter?
He wants people to email him?
Wait, what? The email isn't... Wait, I'm confused. Hold on. He put out his email address for members to chat with him one-on-one, so I don't know. Somebody must be managing his inbox then.
No one is. Those emails aren't getting answered.
All right. Does somebody have the apology letter? Do we have the apology letter? Has the apology letter showed up? Hold on.
Cellar Door has a funny comment. I apologize for taking your money. This apology is sponsored by
Surfshark. No, an email is not the same vibe as
But if you guys email Steve, he does generally respond.
You are so obsessed with Steve. You are like the biggest.
Steve is my real king and librarian of BookTube.
Oh my god.
Oh, Ada says that the video isn't working.
What video? Our video?
No, his Q&A video.
Oh.
Please.
Oh. I can't.
Oh, hi, Steve.
I can't see. Steve here? Hi, Steve. Oh, you just made Karen's day.
I know. I'm so excited.
It's like her king has arrived. She's so happy. She can die happy now.
We're here to talk all about Jack Edwards, get to the bottom of it, and Steve is here witnessing.
Steve is here. Oh my god, this is a really long email.
Where did you get this?
My sources.
Okay, let me go to your sources.
Oh my god. I'm actually kind of really annoyed that this is being done on a private thing, only because it was brought public. If it had stayed private,
well, I'm sure he's probably doing it on the Discord so that then he doesn't have to publicly admit to it to his 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah. You should around for a better game. This is what we were waiting for, with Steve to arrive on the Discord. I wanted to give you an update on this is a lot of words. Hold on. How do I got it? Hold on. I gotta send this somewhere. This is a lot. You like... I must have said something to Jesus before, because he texted me and said, I, in fact, can hear you. Love you, babe. I'm trying to share this with myself to get this up on the screen. No, I don't want to share it. I want to send it there. Oh, this is why I never leave Apple. Okay. Let's see if I can get this up here. It's like an essay. He wrote an essay. Why did he write it?
He's a writer.
Is he? Is he though?
Supposedly.
Did he expect us all to know his business this much? I also think like the email was probably kind of stupid to do because we can definitely all. That's like such an easy thing to share. I wish I could see the video though. If somebody has certain plugins, you can just rip it and just saying
I'll
you
like
can.
download the video.
Yeah. I may or may not
No,
do
Lord, this is not Photoshop. This is Jack's image
that.
from a party he went to in New York.
I mean, so hold
Oh
on.
wow,
It's
that's
it's it is. Hold on. Let
that's
me
like
make
a
us.
business sweater.
No, we're too big there. I don't know how to make this big enough for everyone to see, but it says, "Hi everyone. I wanted to give you an update on channel memberships. As you can obviously tell, this hasn't gone particularly well or according to plan. That's true. I firstly want to take full accountability for taking on more work than I was capable of doing over the last few months. That's my fault completely and not okay. I'm sorry that my commitments to channel memberships were pushed back unfairly and without enough explanation. I thought I was juggling everything as best I could, but unfortunately, I let you down. I would have preferred just a crying video. I did not take into account how logistically difficult it would be to create content whilst having no fixed space for all of 2023 so far. Okay, I'm so sorry you're traveling.
But
That
like
is
also, all you need is a tripod, and like I'm also always traveling too, and I still manage to. I mean, obviously my volume's not as high as Jack, but I still post videos.
okay. I have a full-time actual job, and I still manage to do things. I'm now trying to rectify this and make sure you have received the content I promised you. But before I do that, I want to say thank you for your patience and your kindness in the way that you have approached these delays. And this is the best community in the world. I'm so lucky to have you. I mean, in terms of video content this month, I prioritized getting out as much content as I could for everybody who is subscribed to me on both my main and second channels. There are currently 7 extra videos scheduled and ready to go on Jack in the Books. So you'll be getting new videos. Is he just telling you that there's new videos? Anyway, on my main channel, my cottagecore video was a mammoth project, which I wanted to complete to the best of my ability for you guys. I'm not reading this whole thing. However, now I appreciate that I should have prioritized my members' exclusive Q&As before these things. Really? I suppose in my head, I thought it would be better to prioritize content that went out to everyone. He could literally have just hopped on a live wherever
This
he
is
was.
a very good apology.
Is it a good apology?
No, I'm saying it's not.
Oh, now I've uploaded an extra long first installment, which you can watch here, and the second Q&A will be up tomorrow. I hope you enjoy these candid chats. But if he was going to have candid chats, he literally could just do what we're doing now, but only make it private and stream it into like
The Discord.
the Discord. Like he could have just done that. He could, if he has Nitro on his Discord, he could just do a video in there. He clearly doesn't understand how Discord works. It's you didn't need to make it a big thing. It's just for your members. They would have taken it anyway. They could get it, right? I want them to feel like a cozy FaceTime call between you and me. I loved reading your thoughtful and insightful questions, and I hope my answers do them justice. For my live streams, I've decided to open up my BYOB to all my followers instead of doing members only. I guess you bring your own book, not your own booze. In order to raise money for the Turkey Syria earthquake appeal, we've raised money. I mean, that's great. I'm not going to knock you for raising money, which will go a long way.
But this isn't an apology for not delivering on your promises.
This is mostly like I have videos coming out. We're going to change the way I do things around here. Look, we raised some money, and I'm going to do another one on the Monday. I have bought a bunch of books for your Amazon wish list. Well, that's nice at least. I will pick 10 more at random this week and send books out to. At least he did that. Discord was something.
Considering how many hauls he has.
I mean, it's at least he did that. That's like the least. Yeah. Discord was something that was totally new to me. Clearly, I was enjoying reading your answers to bookish questions and conversation starters. I wanted this to be a collaborative space where we could add all the threads and forums you guys wanted. You should have had a mod then. You could have done that. But I see that a new thread has been created where you guys have created a community the community you wanted. Once this had been done, I felt like the server was redundant. However, I'd like to open up my personal email address. I guess everybody now has a personal email address. I'll get back to you, as many of you as possible, as soon as possible. I would appreciate if you could avoid his email address being shared on the internet. Sorry, Jack. I also work with my team at, oh, that's his company. Thank you for your understanding. I hope this starts to patch things up. And I understand that certain damage is irreparable, and I'm sorry to have lost your trust. I will be closing the channel memberships to my channel, but keeping this open so you guys can. I love you to the moon and back, Jack. I mean, sorry to dox your email, Jack. But I don't know.
That's not a very good apology.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like that shouldn't have been done in an email, like in an essay.
Yeah, agreed. Because well, also it was just,
Yeah.
he didn't do the cottage video for you guys. He did it for the money and the vacation and the opportunity for slow living.
Whatever that is. Oh my God, we're like a family. I love you guys. I want to be intimate. Red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag.
Yeah.
I mean, this is fair. He's young. I think.
But he's young, but he's not that young at the same time. Like,
I don't know. How old is he? He's like 20. I'm just an idiot. Is he like yours?
He's 1998, so he's 24, turning 25 in October. I only know this because we were recently looking at his about page.
Well, I know his birthday's the day after mine, so I do know when his birthday is. But
like obviously your prefrontal cortex develops when you're 25, so fine, we'll give him that. But I do think that he's had access to money and things that he's probably more mature than the average 24-year-old should be, potentially.
Oh, I guess that's a good question, Ada. Is it for everybody who was ever a member, the giveaway, or is it just the people who stuck around? I would hope it's for everybody. Obviously, we don't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
But I would hope it was for everybody because they did come and they did support you. What's annoying is that he didn't say that he was going to refund anybody's money.
Mm-hmm.
And I really think he should have refunded people's money. You're going to close the memberships. You kept the money. If people are mad, I would definitely file those refund complaints. Certain see it. Oh God, you're just getting Kieran all hot and bothered over here. Close memberships, and he won't hint at refunding actual money. No, he won't.
Yeah. And Molly, this apology isn't even like public. It's a very private, closed community apology.
I feel like if it had stayed like that first apology where he was like, "I'm really sorry, guys, technical difficulties, boo boo boo," and then like next week he sent this out and was like, "I'm really sorry, this is what's happening." That's different. But the fact that these people, the members that were upset, have gone on videos. They've been all over the place trying to get attention and trying to get things addressed, and now this is the only response.
And I also feel like to be like, well, you guys started your own Discord that you wanted. It's kind of just like you're being a little petty. Like,
I feel like maybe he's just upset that the other Discord was better than his.
He's in the other Discord watching them talk.
Like, why are they so much better than me? He still has a join button, just so you know. So, yeah, he's fallen down the rabbit hole. He's dressed for it. Oh, happy October birthday, baby. Welcome, Ada. It feels really weird that it just feels extra disingenuous to not have returned the money.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was basically, I'm glad we did this today, not Tuesday.
I know, because then it would have all blown over.
Mm-hmm. We're like, now let's just have some fun. Oh. Deflection, avoidance, and obviously empty promises. But what's weird is that you made an apology that was actually a marketing tool. You were like, I have videos coming out on these days, and I have a live tomorrow, and I have like those could have been two different things. You could have said a thing that's like, I am doing this, this, and that. I will follow up. I have more news to tell you guys, which I will talk about later. I really hope that you stick around and follow it, right? Like, and like make that a different email.
Yeah.
And keep that one just your apology.
I mean, I was being generous.
Yeah. I mean, he certainly got his wish of having his fans become his friends. We've all become friends due to trauma. Trauma bonding is key, which is why it's a big part of cults, which is a different conversation. Oh, he seems to be truly a massive ego. I mean, honestly, I think that, Steve, what comes of this ultimately is what the channel members decide to do with it. If the channel members decide to be really upset and file multiple complaints with YouTube and all of that, then maybe more will happen with it. But ultimately, I think this is going to get pushed to the wayside.
Yeah, I think this is all nothing's gonna happen unless lots more comments start happening. Okay, I guess not. Unless he's getting a lot more comments on his videos because people who left the Discord didn't see that apology letter, unless they start commenting and it gets to a point where he can't ignore them, then I don't think anything's really going to happen. I think he's tried to sweep this under the rug, and this is just strike one for Jack. We'll see what happens next.
Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting, like how much goodwill. This is the first one, right? So you say strike one. What happens the next time something happens?
Yeah, the next time he fumbles the bag.
Yeah, I just really hope that, yes, Katie, Steve has graced us with his presence. I did not know Steve until I found you people, Plexon, and now I have Steve in my life. It'll be swiftly forgotten. Yeah.
Yeah, it will just be
Squarespace. I mean, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he changes things up and goes a completely different direction with at least the main channel of his thing. It does seem like he wants to be more of like a fashion, travel, whatever person, and that's fine. But I don't know. If that's the way it is, then it's good that he deleted it. He's going to allegedly delete this membership that, let's see.
Well, I also imagine that the people who work at YouTube probably found it really disappointing as well, because this was an opportunity for them to probably test what it's like to have a YouTube membership with someone with a really big following, and he didn't do very well.
A lot of bigger YouTubers that I know that have memberships have opened them up sort of later. Mm-hmm. And have been opening them up, and they really mirror their Patreon tiers. Like everything's exactly the same. And it's really just giving people another option to sub in if that's where they'd rather be. Because some people don't want to give their money to Patreon for some reason, or they don't want to give their money to Ko-fi or whatever it is. Then they're happier for some reason giving their money to YouTube. I don't know. I don't know if the creators get paid out better on memberships on YouTube. I don't think they do. But yeah, it's there are big creators that are using it, but yeah, it's definitely a fumble. What? He will start daily questions. How can you set yourself up to fall twice?
Yeah.
Well, maybe he'll be okay. Does he know that there's a live stream going on talking about him? Does he know that there are people live streaming his Discord?
We're too small. He has no idea.
He has no idea.
But look at Just Fen's comment.
Just Fen. How far down are we?
6:54.
Oh, wait. This one? Oh, wait. Yeah. The Discord server owner commented under it and essentially said not to blame them for his own failed attempts on his Discord. He replied saying that he'll keep the Discord up.
I mean, I'm really glad that that person who made the Discord said that, because Jack was kind of blaming them, and it's like not their fault.
Oh, God. Someone posted a link to this live stream in the Discord, so maybe he knows. the viewer count goes from 40 to like 400 in a second. Just everybody
Well,
who's
obviously
on,
he's gonna click on
whatever
it
channel
because this
you're on,
photo is so like enticing.
it is. It's very enticing. Everybody who's on right now, wherever you are, just like this. Like right now, if you haven't liked it, just like it. Because maybe we will get more people on here. Since apparently there's breaking news. Like we might want to be here. Want to share the link to him on Twitter? Share whatever you want. Maybe not Jack. Which one of you is Jack? That's true. Jack could be in here. Hey, Jack. Get new management.
Yeah, definitely get new management. You're in New York. There's lots of
Oh,
agencies.
there's tons of people. I'm sure I can make some phone calls actually and get you some management.
You need a new manager. You need a PR person, a community manager, a business manager.
I'd be willing to meet you for a cup of coffee. I can take the train down and we can just chat this out.
Yeah.
Get your side of
I
the
need
story.
a rebrand.
Yeah, I'll work with you. I don't mind. Come in the Discord asking if I should cancel the membership.
I mean, you're asking the hard-hitting questions.
The ears are too cute. All interaction is good interaction. If you get disliked bomb, YouTube still reads it as interactions. You win still. Yes, but then why does he delete negative comments? Because many people had said that in comments under my video yesterday. And obviously I was like, I don't know. I've never paid any attention. So today I started to pay attention and there will be screenshots of a negative comment. Someone being like, address this. And then it's gone. And it doesn't have a link in it. It doesn't have like a bad word in it. So it doesn't seem like it's an automatic removal.
But he must, I doubt he's the person who's out there deleting these comments.
I have not gotten any hate currently, but it's been approximately 24 hours. Yeah. So.
But he must have, what I was saying is he must have people who are deleting those comments.
Yeah, he has to have somebody. What is he paying people for? If they're not doing something, he genuinely learns from this. People seem to be thinking that's totally out of the question, but I can't believe. I mean, I think it's hard. I mean, if you got to imagine if you have like hundreds of people telling you you're absolutely amazing, and then like 20
more
people
than hundreds of people,
and it's like 20 people being like, hello, like look at us. Maybe he can't even like hear it.
Yeah. He has too many like yes men around him.
Yeah. I think you only really delete comments when they like go against community guidelines, because then that's gonna like hurt you too. Like when they're absolutely like hateful. Like if you leave a bunch of like racial slurs under my video, that's going, right? Like that doesn't stay. I don't care. But if you're just like, you're a dumb idiot girl, I'll be like, cool, thanks. Like, thanks for commenting. Do you like donuts? Like, again, you just say something, I can go with deleting negative comments. Having a million is going to come with a lot of spam and trolling. Yes, there's things to delete, but you don't delete genuine.
Spam and trolling is one thing, but the comments he's deleting don't seem like that.
Yeah. Thanks. Bye, Finn. Good luck with everything post Jack. Yes. I don't know. Can he see his
faces now?
I think he sees that he disappointed people, but I don't think he thinks it's like disappointment. I think it like there's an outcome to this. It's just like, oh, I made you sad. If I apologize, we'll be cool.
Yeah. Because that apology, though, it wasn't even very genuine. It was a lot of like deflecting and more empty promises.
And branding. That was like, I have 7 videos filmed.
I have 7 sponsored videos filmed.
He still has join on his thing. I thought you were getting rid of this, sir.
Especially Kieran, who still hasn't read War and Peace.
Yeah, Kieran. What are we going to do with you? Yes, we pay to mock you, Karen. It is a privilege to hear it. Mock you every day. When is it before? Oh, is there more? What is he doing?
Yeah, we're curious.
Because everything.
What intel do you have?
Everything that came up in my comments so far has been like he's been largely unproblematic until now.
Ink Outside was a scam.
Oh, I want more details on this. Breaking news.
Breaking news.
We need a banner. Wait, I can make a banner.
2 for Fiver says, I reckon Jack has more of a chance of reading War and Peace than Katie at this point.
No, he doesn't like Tolstoy. He also doesn't like Tolstoy.
Oh my God.
I'm just going to leave that up.
News.
But he, I don't know. The whole website for that company looked a little like you could have paid. So if you work with Squarespace, I think you could have made a better website. But maybe I'm being picky at that point. That ink outside the box thing was a little budget.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay, wait. If people weren't receiving their orders, they were turning up bad quality and not being rectified.
That's
okay.
pretty bad.
That is pretty bad. According to the folks on Tattle, this kid's entire life has been a scam, and I don't want to believe it. Like, I mean, I don't think we can take everything that comes from Tattle as like the truth.
You can take it with a grain of salt, but they know things on Tattle.
No refunds, just taking people's money.
So this is a habit.
Wow.
The tea is hot.
Ooh, okay. I wonder how they buried that under the rug. Is it just because nobody cares about stationery?
But the Ruby Granger also had a stationery company, so I feel like that was a trend for.
But Ruby Granger doesn't seem like she's scamming people. She just genuinely likes to dress like a small Victorian doll and like, I don't know, drink tea. Like
We haven't done our research. We don't know. I would say don't trust anyone.
Next week, we take down Ruby Granger. Aw. We won't help you.
I think. Jack, thank you so much for coming on and telling us.
We don't know.
Yeah, I mean.
So I appreciate that. That's why Tattle is taken with a grain of salt at every time.
Someone should screenshot this, put it on Tattle, and set the record straight.
We would like that.
Yeah.
I also do hope that you're still here and that you give a refund to your members because I think they deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho. So where do we go from here?
That's a good question. Jack, do you want to go live with us? That would be a great.
I'm happy to have you on. I'll send you an invite.
Yeah, let's chat more about this or anything you want, actually.
It would be nice for the members to like have a genuine, like open public, I don't know, like apology.
Yeah.
Addressing. I don't know if Jack's still in here, but we're not attempting to like. Oh, there you are. Hi, Jack. I'm going to leave the live stream as. I'm sorry.
We're sorry you feel that way, Jack.
We're mostly not so much concerned about you, but we want your members to get
more so the nature of like what it means to be influencing and putting out promises and delivering or not delivering on those.
So, but we're sorry that we hurt your feelings. That's not the intent.
Yeah.
So yeah, hey everybody. So Jack joined the live.
I love live.
Hopefully he refunds people. I think that would be the best next steps. I mean, you're not wrong, Sophia. Unfortunately, I feel like Jack has left the building.
Yeah, Jack has left the chat.
We are trying to be very tame. I think that we've been quite respectful, but I guess it's hard to hear negative feedback. So,
I mean, definitely, yeah.
so there's that. But there are some of these things I am not putting up there. Woodward and Bernstein. Oh my God, we really are using references here, aren't we? Well, anyway, that threw, I think, everybody for a bit of a loop, huh?
Yeah, I think we're all a bit shaken. So unexpected. As Steve said, yeah, fairly friendly live stream.
It has been really friendly. We've mostly discussed how we just hope people get their money back.
Yeah.
I think it's because we took on the stationery thing, which we didn't know anything about the stationery allegations.
That was maybe not the best time for him to come.
There's probably been some Schadenfreude, but who doesn't love Schadenfreude? Darcy Walton. Katie, oh God, meeting you has changed my life tremendously. If I heard negative feedback when you're used to filtering comments on your channel, I mean, I guess it is hard to hear that. I mean, Ada's right. Like, everything has always been incredibly respectful. And the fact that people had to go to public platforms to get a response is huge. Like, would there have ever been a response if whoever posted that Reddit post hadn't posted it and then it hadn't come over here? We'll never know, right? But thank you.
Yeah, I think that's a valid point. We have multiple different ways you can go. It's just a conversation.
Yeah.
We'd love to see Jack get to 2 mil.
Yeah, get to 2 mil. Just return that money or actually put things in place to make the membership good for your people. That's all. This is silence. I feel like now I'm gonna get the hate comments.
Jack is like,
he's like, even
I am happy.
YouTube gods. I'm waiting for like YouTube to just shut down the live. like you disrupted Jack. Yes, Toad, you've been a bit bitchy, but I haven't been putting most of those up on the screen. I mean, I don't know if you're being a bit facetious, but I do agree with this. Like, it is hard to be criticized by like hundreds of strangers on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
But that's also something you kind of sign up for.
Yeah.
So there is some element of like, if you're not prepared mentally and physically and emotionally or all the things to receive criticism en masse like that, then maybe do something else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't have to. I mean, I guess now he does, but like, you didn't have to make one. You didn't have to make a YouTube channel, you know? You could have.
I mean, honestly, that's also even, hey, I give Jack the benefit of the doubt. I know that hearing two strangers, 2 American girls talking about your business decisions, your memberships with your community, like hearing that coming from strangers is wild. And it may have seemed like we were being nasty because we're not saying, 100% complimentary things. But, maybe those comments that he said, obviously clarifying that one thing about in the box, that's great. But the second thing might just be him being upset that people are talking about him, which is understandable.
I could understand being really upset about comments about that business, because it did seem like he was at least somewhat genuinely excited about the whole thing from the beginning. And it is hard to put your time and money into something and watching it fail. Like that is, it's probably a fresh wound, and to have random strangers like alleging something like we don't know, these are just allegations that kind of came up on the live. We have no idea. We're like, what are you talking about? And if that's kind of where he hopped in, he doesn't see like the previous conversations that are like, hey, like you could do these things to make it better. So I mean, that's that. We just shat our pants for a little bit. It's fine. It's cool. It couldn't have been that bad. He was lying, lies, listening, unless he joined as soon as his company slander happened, which I doubt. Not being facetious, it's absolutely difficult to handle. Yeah, it is. Whether you think you know what you're getting into or not, it never feels the way you think it will. No, it doesn't. And you need like good resources around you to handle these things. And he's been doing this for a really long time. And it doesn't mean that he won't feel bad and that he should be some sort of automaton. But like, hopefully you have good resources around you to like, in real life, like real people, like touch grass people that can make you grounded, I guess. Thank you. I thought we were being reasonably respectful. I mean,
Maybe we did a bit too many slow living jokes, but I can't help
it. Was it the slow living? Was it the playing at being poor? Perhaps that was not nice.
That was a lot earlier, though.
We can play it. Let's be fair. No one has ever heard of any complaints of the company, so it couldn't have been that bad. I didn't know anything, so I mean, we don't know anything. That's why we all went, what are you talking about? Oh, Steve.
I mean, someone should be checking what's happening. I haven't been checking the numbers.
I don't think we broke anybody. Why read? I mean, it does feel horrible to know that you've messed up and people are criticizing you, but the criticism is general. I mean, it's been fair. I think we've been fair. Tattle has been horrible. Tattle goes in and like, I don't think that it's like, okay, like there are conversations you have privately with your friends that probably cross lines and you would never want publicly exposed. But then there's like things you do publicly. And if you want to have a genuine discourse with people and like actual have conversation, you cannot just be like attacking people's appearances and all these other things. Like Tattle's nasty.
Yeah, for sure.
Tattle's absolutely nasty.
I mean, because in Tattle you're private. It's anonymous. Here, we're not anonymous. Jack knows what our faces look like, what our names are, and we're saying, you know, he made a mistake, which happens. We all make mistakes, and it's just,
it's a shame.
Yeah.
I feel like you took the wind out of our sails. We were having a good conversation.
Yeah. I mean, I just wasn't expecting, because like in many regards, I wouldn't expect someone with 1 million subs to join a live stream to people who barely have 2,000 subs.
Yeah, I don't even have 1,200 subs. Yeah. I guess if you're not subscribed, subscribe to us. Let's do some YouTube-y things. Yeah, do all the YouTube-y things. But
maybe now we should talk about lattes and
would you like to talk about legends and lattes and then we'll lose everybody?
Let's end on a cute, cozy note.
So when we were starting this, Kieran says, so like if we run out of things to talk about, we'll just talk about legends and lattes because she keeps trying to get it. So Legends and Lattes is like the cutest book in the entire world. What are people saying? Oh, it's very distracting. I do want to say there's a difference between validating constructive criticism and making inappropriate jokes about him and his fans. Okay, so yes, I think that there are things that cross the line. I don't know what those jokes are, but yeah, there's things that cross the line. Tattle is definitely crossed the line, and I don't believe, other than if slow living jokes are crossing the line, I don't think that we've crossed the line. I can't believe that he was on for the entirety of this.
I don't think it was the entirety. I think it must have been when The link
Someone
was
said they sent the link. Yeah. Uh, yeah, there are people who just like to be rude about people that have some sort of platform. And I honestly don't care about Jack. Like, it could be anybody. I feel bad for the people who had their money taken. I want the people who had their money, and taken's maybe a strong word, but like they gave money for something and got nothing in return, and they should get their money back.
Yeah, I mean,
Especially if they close it down.
for me, it's not like about Jack as the individual doing that. It's more so like an opportunity to see someone who has a lot of influence and followers and seeing them take a stumble and seeing how they choose to rectify that and how they go about interacting with people who are discussing it.
Yeah. But anyway, Legends and Lattes. You have this lady who, I think she's in work. I can't remember exactly. It's been like a year since I read it. But she like does like her final battle, and then she's like, I'm retiring. So she goes to this little town and she decides that she's gonna bring coffee to the town. And everyone's like, what is this bean water? And so she gets everybody involved in it. There's a little mouse that makes pastries, which you probably would hate because you hate croissants. So you would absolutely not be as charmed by the little mouse that makes like croissants and things. And all of the little menus are kind of like punny as they're trying to like, because it's a fantasy world. So, a latte can't just be like a latte. So it's got to kind of be like some spin on a latte. And then they're trying to explain what a lot, like, imagine if you had no idea and you're an alien and you're like explaining what a cappuccino is. So like that's basically the book, and it's just adorable. Like, it's just adorable.
It sounds cozy. I think we all need some
It's
coziness.
adorable. And sometimes after you've got told off by a YouTuber with 1 million subs, you need a cozy book. Yeah.
It's not that I hate croissants. It's just that I'm not.
Croissant. This is the real tea that's happening here.
I'm not like 100% enamored by croissants. I like an almond croissant. I think that's a fun, cute little thing here and there. I like, as Owen knows, from Dunkin' Donuts, an egg and cheese croissant, but that's not a real croissant. I know that. Dunkin' Donuts has that's not the exquisite top of the line croissant, but it's just somehow they don't do it for me.
I've convinced one person to get Legends and Lattes. Oh God. Yes. Travis Baldry is the author of Legends and Lattes.
Oh, cool.
And he's presenting. He's really cool. He actually put out this for anybody who may also be a writer that's hanging on here. And wants to self-pub and stuff. He put out this blog post that maybe I can find at some point. He outlined like every step he went through in detail to actually self-pub Legends and Lattes, and like how he marketed it and all these other things. And obviously you can't like completely replicate what he did because, that's not how life works. But, it's a really in-depth and great tool if people like really want that. Anyway, hey, I love your awesome. 1 million YouTuber shows us in your live scene, leaves in a huff, and here you are trying to change the subject. Well, I think the problem is like, I don't think either of us are actually attempting to be nasty.
There's some strong language that he used that I'm a little.
Yeah, like none of the intention. I understand that intent and outcome are not necessarily linked. Like, I might not intend to take your arm off, but your arm's still off. Like, it doesn't change that. But if the intention was to discuss a thing that happened, and we had no idea almost 2 hours ago that like all of these things were going to occur while we were sitting here online. And I think we did try to be as respectful as possible and offer suggestions, not just dumping on somebody and being like, oh, you screwed up, let's dump on you. But honestly thought when he joined the chat that it was I'm gonna be honest with you, I thought it was fake for a second. I was like, which one of you fuckers changed your name to Jack Edwards? I mean, I guess we should be careful with like calling it specifically stealing and stuff like that. He didn't fulfill his obligations, and it's clear, and he should fulfill them or return the money, and that's really it. Okay, yes, it is a little bit about making fun of him. You're right. He stumbles on it like, I don't think anyone here is mean or harms him, but it's encouraging jokes at his expense. I mean, he did put this on the internet.
Yeah.
Like proudly, and he has referenced it in other things. Like every time he talks about Bunny, I feel like this comes up. So it's
It's not. I
It's
just
kind of
don't
fair.
love the
And
song.
and Steve is shaming you, Karen. Uh, the thought that he came here and saw the photo in the background sends me. I
It's
mean,
just our favorite photo. I love this photo. I think it's a lot of fun.
it is fun.
Give
I
me the
mean,
confidence to be able
it's
to post
better
it.
than it stands out from literally every other picture of him, which is just him in a sweater. Like, I think that this is good. Anyway, perhaps. I left for 5 minutes and Jack joined. Are you sure you weren't Jack? This is why you don't put photos you don't want people to use out publicly. I mean,
True.
that's true. Um, what did he steal? He didn't like steal, but he did have a membership, or he does have a membership with YouTube, and he still has a membership on YouTube, and he had promises that he didn't fulfill, and people have asked for refunds and addressing it and apologies, and it's all been very private until yesterday, and now it's public. Am I platforming so much hatred? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's hurt, and one of my biggest fears about all of this is like I don't know what mental space he's in, so I don't want to like push anybody into a bad place. But I would be nice if he could return the membership. Oh, Adam, just suck it up. Was he here the whole time? I don't think so.
I doubt it.
I think after the link got sent, it did. Because I don't think when it went out, we didn't. The only thing that references him is our thumbnail. No, that's not it at all. Sorry if I think I missed something anyway. We do. We all go a little overboard when we're hurting, and I do think that he's hurting. But again, like do stuff. If it's brought out publicly, you should address it publicly.
Mm-hmm.
That's really. If he had addressed it like 3 weeks ago, I think it would have been different. Should I get my beard? Just to make this. Oh, so the link was in before he even posted that apology. So did he see me read his apology and put his email address out on the internet? Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
This is the thing. Just give refunds to everybody who wants them, and keep your Discord, and just abandon the whole thing and create the community that you allegedly intended. That's it. Yep. I don't know how many times we said that, Karen.
That was our thesis.
Yeah, it's been repeated multiple times. We got a little derailed with whatever the planner thing was. But yeah. I mean, but like I can't you guys are in this chat having your own chat. If there's other things that were going on here that maybe we didn't see, like we can't, and that hurt him. I can't stop that. But yeah, if Jack is still here, just refund the money. That's really it. That's all. How do you not like our croissant?
I mean, I've had some good croissants. Like I had a croissant from this place in London called Cedric Grulot or something like that. He's a really famous French guy, and it was really good. But I don't know, they just don't hit for me.
I mean, I could eat one at any time. And thank you, Sophia. I think that we've tried to be as respectful as two actually kind of snarky people can. I mean, but this is a good point. Like he has a lot of really goodwill. He could just publicly apologize, give their money back. You'll be fine.
I'm a hater. I'm a croissant hater.
Karen, you're canceled. There was no harm in falling and failing and making a mistake, apologizing, fixing it, and starting from scratch, which would be the best course of action. I think it would be beneficial overall. Exactly. Oh, yes.
So, okay, guys, I a couple years ago quit sugar and I didn't eat sugar for a couple months, and that really changed my palate. So I don't really love dessert as a whole. I wouldn't gravitate to yeah, croissant cake. I wouldn't gravitate towards a chocolate croissant, but I do like almond croissants. I have to,
Oh,
for the record.
stop. They're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I said this when we opened it up. Like, this was stupid to do it this way. Like, this is absolutely stupid. Like, anybody, if you really didn't want anybody to see that, that's why I don't think that any of this is actually going through management. And if it is, or they don't care, like, he needs new management. Even Steve's shaming you. This is the breaking news.
Oh, really? That's interesting.
I
Yeah.
could never. Oh, I don't want him to be sad. I don't want anybody to be sad. I just want people to get their money back. Like, let people have their money back.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tough situation to be in for all members involved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It needs to be. Croissants are canceled. Is that why you get out like 9 videos in a day?
He's on a sugar rush.
Just eating all of the cookies. Yeah, I mean, there is that. You did something. People are talking about it. If you didn't want people to talk about it, then I don't know. You should have gotten in front of it. Like, have your management. Like, you have management. That's the thing that just hurts me. Is like you have people that is their job to protect you, and like, why are they not protecting you?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think it's if you are an influencer or celebrity, who your people are that you surround yourselves with, like, makes a huge difference on your success and what's going to happen in your career. I'm also going to put chapstick on. You need to have good people around you.
Yeah, you do. And you need people that are going to really manage every aspect of this. And like, no one's expected to never mess up or never have a stumble.
Mm-hmm.
But when you do, they should be doing something. Right?
And Frida is a great manager.
Yeah. You know, I have 2 sleeping greyhounds. They don't help me at all. They're the worst. I don't know. I don't know where we go from here, folks. Other than maybe you and I are going to get canceled.
We might, yeah. We might. Jack is like emailing YouTube, like, no, not these girls. Blacklisted. Done.
We're just shadow banned for life.
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, I don't know. I know that like a lot of people have been hearing about a lot of different things over some period of time, and a lot of people have seemed scared to say something. And I mean, I was terrified to say something. And the truth of the matter is that there's been an overwhelming response of people that have just been like, oh my God, finally somebody's saying something. And not in like a let's take him down kind of way, but like something needs to actually be addressed.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Thank you, Sophia. We will stop. But it's hard. Like that was kind of shook. I think I was expecting it to be like Steve pretending to be Jack for the day or something.
I look forward to watching them. They'll brighten up my day.
Kieran will tell me all about them later. You just like saying that. Stop saying that. Yeah.
I mean, I think that maybe is a takeaway here. I think our live streams are
so
dynamic.
Who messed up next week? I mean, yes, I mean, here's the thing. Can we just go back to the thumbnail for a second? Like the thumbnail and all of that. I mean, yes, we want to talk about something and we're trying to not be nasty people and all that stuff, but we also, we want to get people's attention and get people to click on something, and it's clickable and it's eye-catching and it makes you look, and
It stops you in your tracks.
that's the point of a thumbnail.
Mm-hmm. We're just working within the confines of
this is how YouTube works. So I think if it was like a private thing, it would be different, but it's very public. So yeah. Oh, it's cozy. We're cozy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a little clickbaity. That's their purpose. So, it's so, yeah. I mean, it's the pitfalls of being a public figure, right?
Yeah. I mean, for all we know, someone's probably laughing at one of the photos on my Instagram.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. I see how many people share those photos. I know.
Oh yeah. I'm sure people
It
make
is
fun of me.
camp, though. That's what I think. I think this photo is camp.
I personally actually really like it.
Me too.
Anyway. How they project planned the Discord. I honestly just wonder if they really assist him at all, or if he's just trying to do all this himself. And if that's the case, then that's abysmal. He needs new management.
Or yeah, I mean, or to hire more support. Which, I mean, when you get to a certain point in your business, it's really hard to delegate and to give other people control, but it is a way to make sure that you're covering all your bases.
Yeah. It's a lot to manage. I have like nothing and it's hard to manage. You have your own stuff and it's probably difficult to manage it.
Yeah, like sometimes I don't want to read. How do you have a BookTube when you don't want to read?
Yeah. And like, I mean, I do too many things between the podcast and this. It's like two different things. And sometimes I'm stretched really thin and I'm like, can I talk about this here? Can I talk about this there? And I can only imagine as you get bigger and you have all these other things, there's a lot to juggle, which is why you have a team.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess I could just pretend to read.
I could too. Yeah, we might need to start doing that.
If Peter Mon.
Who's Peter Mon?
Pete, if you are in this, come and please. You have Steve, I have Pete.
Okay.
I want a fan. Oh. Whew.
What kind of videos does he make?
So he does like tea videos, but he also has like book videos.
Oh, okay.
He's kind of great. I wonder if Jack's still posting things over in the Discord, or if he's trying to figure out like where the leak is and like what to do. Peter Mon. Sorry. Peter Mon.
I'll definitely check out his channel after this.
He was an old beauty drummer YouTuber. He still does sort of like gossipy things and vlogs, and he has like a book club and some other things. It's a good time. Yes, like from the Tati days. He's good. I think he lives out in like Vegas or something. We love Pete.
That's cool. I haven't been to Vegas in a long time. I've only been once.
I've never been to Vegas. I don't trust myself in Vegas.
That's a good reason not to go. I loved the weather though. It's a very dry heat.
I don't know if I've ever experienced dry heat. I just live in like the moist Northeast. Yeah, he does have a BookTube. He's great. You should follow all of the Peter Mon-ness. If I would die, I would absolutely die if Peter Mon showed up. I don't think we can summon him like we summoned Jack though. I do wonder if I'm blocked now.
How do you block someone on YouTube? I've never done it.
You don't, but I'm probably blocked somewhere else.
Maybe.
pan to my dogs for a few seconds, I have to like run downstairs. They're downstairs. They're not up here. They can't go up and downstairs. So they're downstairs. It would take a lot of upvotes because I'd have to move the entire setup. But anyway, so I don't know. Are there anything? What else do we have to talk about in this? Have we kind of covered everything at this point?
We covered everything and we got more. We
And
got more than we bargained for.
I mean, we got a Jack attack. I mean, I don't. Oh, you right click their name and you just block them. I mean, I think
It's really that simple.
I mean, I think I can see his channels though. I can. But he still has the join button and like just take it down, dude. Like, I mean, I don't know how it works, but it can't be that hard to like take it down. We did a lot of research.
Be prepared.
What are you currently reading?
Okay. Well, I'm actually currently reading a lot of things. That might be the problem.
Oh, me too.
It just happens. I'm reading Drive Your Plow Over the Bones of the Dead because Kieran and I saw the play in Bristol.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good fun. I'm still reading Victory City. Did you finish it?
Yeah. How are you still reading it?
I haven't looked at the thread because I didn't want spoilers. It's because I got sick, so I didn't read, and then now I'm like it is a very easy book to read. I would actually say this is very accessible.
Quickly.
I just haven't felt like reading.
You're actually reading Nautilus? Nautilus? Why did I call it Nautilus? Nautilus.
It's a seafood restaurant in Boston.
Netanyahu?
I really liked the Netanyahus.
Did you like the Nautilus?
I love the Nautilus.
All right, I guess this makes sense that it would take time. YouTube, the back end is a little slow. That was true. Mm-hmm. So those are the two things you have reading. 2 books.
And I'm reading this writer's chat book, which is like from the Paris Review, little like interviews. I'm reading A Distant Mirror, which is part of Steve's book club. Really, really good. Super interesting nonfiction. Solenoid, which is also really good. And that's everything.
Oh, I keep hearing different things about Girl, Woman, Other. Like you either are like in love or you're like, what am I reading?
Yeah.
I haven't done it yet because I'm kind of scared. Like I don't know where I'm gonna fall. I think I'm down to. So actively reading, I have 4. Mm-hmm. I don't have them up here. Cursed Cocktails, which is a cozy fantasy. Sarah Waters' Fingersmith. So there'll be somebody shouting whales in the comments soon. I am very far behind in On the Savage Side by Tiffany McDaniel, which is like her newest book. She wrote Betty.
Okay.
It's good, but it's like early days, so I don't know like how good or not because I'm only like 20% of the way through, according to Storygraph. And I should be wrapping up The New Life this weekend. Like whenever we're done here, I'm going to wrap that up by Tom Crew, and I'm loving it. Like absolutely loving it. It's so good. Everybody needs to read that one. I knew he'd get excited about Sarah Waters. Butter Honey Pig Bread is supposed to be so good. I've gotten so many recommendations for that.
That's a great title.
Yeah. The only Rushdie I've read is that one.
Oh, really?
Oh, God. Okay, we're moving on. I'm halfway through the Satanic Verses, but I'm struggling. I'm so scared to read that.
Yeah, I haven't even attempted Satanic Verses. I tried Midnight's Children twice.
I keep putting off that audiobook because it comes and I'm like, later. Yeah, it is a little bit criminal that there is no Welsh flag on YouTube. They should address that. You should file a complaint. I've never read The Wall. Have you?
No, I haven't. There's just so many books, not enough time. There's so many things for us to discuss in this world. The Wall.
Okay, you got Katie onto Rushdie, and we'll never get out of here. It's just gonna be Rushdie all day.
I mean, he's my literary father. And Otessa's my literary mother.
How very Jack of you to have authors that are your parents.
I learned from that.
I don't think I have literary parents. You do love satanic verses. Don't fat mommy.
I think we just got a fatwa this today.
Don't worry. The only people getting a fatwa are us. Yes, we're making it a verb.
Yes.
It's an incredibly serious thing that we're just gonna make light of because we're platforming hate.
Oh goodness. Yeah, today's been a wild day. I wasn't expecting.
This whole weekend has been a bit wild. I had a lovely live stream in the morning on yesterday about Boulder, which, by the way, Boulder, lovely. Read
Yeah.
it. And then it's just been wild ever since.
Yeah. I never would have expected today.
Vile pastry haters. Oh my god, I wish we had merch, Karen.
I think I guess at my core, that's who I am. I'm a vile pastry hater.
Sometimes, so it's very punk of you to not like croissants. I sometimes am just like walking around in my regular life and I randomly think about how you hate croissants. And I literally have to just stop and like let the thought process and then I can move on with whatever I'm doing. I don't know why it's so hard for me to process.
I mean, I've said a lot of truths about myself in the Discord.
But this is my favorite part. Again. You legit vile pastry haters. Yes, Louise Boulder is so good. Such a good book. I need to read Permafrost. It's so good. It's actually, yeah. We do read books here. So subscribe when we talk about books.
Yes.
So yeah. We've been talking for 2 hours.
I know. We've accomplished a lot this Sunday.
A lot has occurred this Sunday. I'm sorry, I can't help it.
Okay, but the thing is that like when you have an American accent, you kind of just you can't. Okay, I knew this girl because I don't know her anymore, and she's like learning French. Is whatever, and so she somehow manages to always slip into conversation croissant. Every other word she says is with the English accent, and it just doesn't work. It doesn't work when we say it. It's not. Maybe if I'm in France and I were to order a croissant, which I wouldn't because I don't really like them. But yeah, it's just I know it's hard. I'm sorry. That's another reason to hate me.
I also know that like most French people don't want to hear Americans speak French, period. So I'm never gonna win, even if I try. So I did put a hold on what was the book you said?
I want to read that one too. The
On a
first
Moonlit Night or whatever. Yeah. What's it called? Put it in the thing, Katie. On a Moonlit, whatever. American mouths do not do well with French. We probably are insulting people, honestly.
I know. The only thing I like to say is I like to say bonsoir. I feel like I don't like saying bonjour because I don't think that sounds very nice out of our mouths. But like bonsoir, when I get into my Uber in France, I'm like bonsoir, oui, c'est moi, and that's it. That's all I say.
Can't you just say is it ça va? What do you say when you meet people?
Yeah.
You just say like. Anyway, it's been a long time since I spoke French. And I don't speak Spanish well at all either. And you would think I would with Jesus, but I don't. Yeah. It's bad. Katie, I've got Tolstoy, Chief of Bards on my first quarter TBR. Does that count as Welsh lit? What is that?
A first quarter TBR? You are prepared.
Wow. I can't play my life that well. There we go. One Moonlit Night by Craig Dog. I can't say that name. What did I try? I called him Crag Dog. Crag Dog. His name is Crag Dog. Now I'm canceled. Oh God. No, I'm excited. Go check out Katie's most recent video about Welsh lit and celebrating all things Wales this month. I think there's gonna be some really good
content.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that.
I love seeing, yeah. I've seen some really good videos on TikTok of like Quebec, like
Croissant Pritchard. Oh God, calling it a quarter too. Oh, I know. It's like little business TPR. It's great. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. I love it. I love it. We're doing good.
Yes. Q1 has been hectic for all of us in the BookTube space.
I mean, the last few years have been crazy, so
Yeah.
I'm still sort of reeling from getting told off by Jack.
Me too. BookTube's resident librarian yelled at us. A librarian yelled at me, guys.
He whispered it at us. That's what we lost. Translation from my little project manager heart. Yes.
I love project managers. We were talking about project managers.
We were talking. My brother's a project manager, so we were talking about, and they worked. Kieran and my brother worked at the same company, not simultaneously. We just found this out like 2 hours ago, but they worked at the same place. That's quite a flex that we got told off.
I know. Like we made our BookTube careers. Like we made it. This is the highlight.
I'm just gonna stop. I mean, I had reviews I was gonna film this week. Maybe I'm just gonna not.
Fly low. Take it easy.
Nothing will ever compare. I mean, I'm sure
he's fine. He's in New York. He's gonna have a blast. He will have bagels and walk around Hopkins Square Park and drink
Sunday night. It's Sunday afternoon in New York. It's kind of cold. He'll be fine. You should go find a ramen bowl and just like relax.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
Go to
sounds
the museum.
Yeah.
I can't with you, Katie. I can't with you. Anyway.
Slow living in the Big Apple.
Slow living in the Big Apple. It's very difficult to do. It really is. It truly, truly is. I don't know. It's not a nice time to be in Manhattan, though. It's cold.
Yeah, it definitely isn't. What month is it? February.
It's February. I like it. I know. Oh.
What?
I may have a message in my DMs as well.
I'm checking mine. Oh, I don't. Thank God.
Well, to be fair, I didn't mean to dox his email address. That was a mistake. I wouldn't have known that was in
that
there.
what he's commenting on?
Well, that was part of it. Yeah. Oh, I guess he saw the one comment I didn't know was there because I wasn't reading it about there was a really inappropriate comment that was made that I took off really quickly that I did not like, which I agree with, which is why I took it off.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, well, I will respond to that at some point. Get some ramen that'll eat. Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, I think that this is fair, which I did not know that there would be an email in that. So apologies.
It's a live show. Things happen.
Yeah, shit happens. Yeah. So I do apologize. And, I can't control what everybody has going on in the chat. There were some comments that I personally would not make. But I not the control of you guys. So
there were a lot of comments. It was hard to keep track of everything.
Yeah. It's much easier when you're watching a live stream to read the comments than it is to be in a live stream and read the comments.
Yeah.
But I've actually been told off twice.
You've had 2 strikes.
I am a bad girl. Oh God. Okay. So this has been a lively weekend of me getting yelled at on the interwebs.
Yeah.
So anywho, what else do you want to talk about today, Kieran? Or should I go get in my box of shame?
We've covered croissants. We've covered the French language. We've covered what we're reading. Legends and lattes. I don't know. Maybe we should just do another live stream in a couple days and like change the taste, the flavor, and do something
Yeah,
else.
in a couple days we'll talk about like puppies or something.
Yes, yeah. We'll like put up photos of different dogs. Talk about it.
And that's it. That's all we'll do. It'll be great.
Yeah. Be very PG.
Yeah,
Family
very
friendly
PG.
fun.
I mean, I think we were attempting to make it family friendly, but I can't control everybody. So, yeah. Anywho, so that's what today was. Yes, sub to Katie. He's got some great stuff.
Yes, I mean, I think, and the positive of this is that, I think a lot of
Katie gets a
people,
sub.
Katie gets like a lot of people on chat interacted with each other. Like I've seen people's names who I don't know, who I'm gonna go check out their channels. Like,
Yeah,
spreading the love where we can.
yeah. I do think it's unfortunate that the clear picture of this entire discussion was not had, and only like a snapshot of the particularly spicy area, and some unintentional things were
For sure.
shared. But no. Yeah,
Okay.
that. So thank you everybody for joining on this wild ride of
2 hours, 15 minutes,
2
44
hours.
seconds.
This was not what we
expected, what we bargained for, but you know,
where we started and where we ended is very
worlds apart.
It's very different. Very different. So anyway, I appreciate everybody being here.
Yeah. Thank you guys for joining us on a live stream, because what's even worse is that this could have just been you and me alone.
Yeah, it would have been even worse.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, thank you everybody. I guess we'll do this again.
Yeah, we will. We definitely will.
I can edit after the live, so I can unlist this and blur it afterwards too. So,
cool.
So we can do that too. You're right. That is an option. That was a totally unintentional thing, and also so was putting up that one comment that I do know exactly what he's referring to, and I was like, oh shit. So yeah, we will do it again. Not with Jack, probably. And we'll see you guys later. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.